right, let's do this. Oh, Zig is here too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We are so in this bitch. We are so back. All right.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. He's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Thalmor Radio.
I fucked up. I've never fucked up so hard. I forgot to do the ping with the theme. So I want to do the ping with the itinerary, and we're gonna play the theme again. Okay, so you get two intros. Okay, say thank you. Okay,
It's Friday.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. He's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Thalmor Radio.
Welcome to the January 19th episode of Thalmor Radio. I am your host, Thalmor, coming to you live from a mountain bunker deep in the eastern Kentucky wilderness. And I have things to tell you. I have stories to impart upon you and to burden you. Beta says there's a massive Guller blitz. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if this is true or if it's just disinformation. It's disinformation. Nothing has happened. My time has been wasted. Oh, is my smoke alarm going off? My smoke alarm has been needed its batteries replaced for a couple weeks. Actually, I think maybe like 2 months at this point. I have tuned it out. I don't hear it. I don't hear it anymore. Okay, the news on the main server and a new tree type. Okay, now hold on, guys. I can't do the show. I can't discuss my topics. I can't discuss the stuff you tell me about because Codename V was on his knees begging and pleading, Thalmor, recognize me. Thalmor, welcome me to your show. I'm going. Okay, V. You come at me with tears in your eyes, and I'm going to recognize you. Welcome, V. To your first ever Thalmor Radio. I know this is a big night for you. I know this is a big time for you. I hope you enjoy it, okay, V? Okay. Now, there's a new tree type. Okay, this is breaking news, so I'll look into it. Okay, let's go to Ron. There's news, something happens, first source. Okay, I go to Ron. What's happening? Thermonia says there's a skirmish between Alice Corporation and Black Skies. Holy fuck! I don't care. Okay, politics and war. News. What's going on? A new tree type has been added to the game. You can sign extensions to signify offshore banks trading alliances. Okay, so this is going. Okay, so now that alliances can like. This is our offshore. It's now been made slightly easier to like loot the offshores now because they're easier to find. What this means is that this is going to contribute over a long enough time span. This is going to directly contribute to offshores getting looted more. I can already. Ooh, the cogs are working in my head. No, it's not. I think it will. I think. Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right, because signing a treaty is a two-way street. They have the offshore has to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no one's going to use it. Yeah, you're right. If it was mass used, like what 1-to-1, how many there are, then holy fuck. But yeah, you're right. No one's going to do it, especially during war. So never mind. Did Zeke actually get hit? Now I have to look. Am I getting trolled? I think I'm getting trolled. I think Zig is trolling. No, he's actually getting hit. Zig is fully slotted. 3 people have decked on him. What the hell? He's a it's okay, but he's in Carthago. It's just part of the war. Okay. That's funny, actually. I wish I could have 3 wars on me. Jeez Louise. All right. So, guys, I gotta talk about my cat. I've spent a week talking about my cat. Today I finally broke. Today in High Musings, I said, enough cat posting, okay? I got in the groove, okay? The anime protagonist music started playing. I decided, okay, enough cat posting. And then I dropped a nuclear bomb explaining why the war is a decisive sale plus KT CTO victory. Okay? But I gotta talk about cat again, because it's my show. I want to talk about my cat. My cat died. My cat died, I believe, Friday morning, but I didn't discover her until Saturday night. And so, all right, I'm going to give a full story here. This is going to take like maybe 10 minutes. I hope you're ready. So, April 2019, my mom calls me. And she's like, little Thalmor, do you want 2 cats? Do you want two cats? And I say, yes, I will take 2 cats. And she had an employee who had kittens, and she had 2 more to give away. So I got 2 cats. And my stepdad went to McCrory County to pick them up, came back. They were in a little box. And I went to the garage, the detached garage, to get them as soon as he got home. And I carried the box inside my house. And I opened it up, and there was 2 little kittens. And they were so fucking cute. They were adorable. And I couldn't tell them apart. They were identical. They looked exactly the same. Finally, after like 2 weeks, I could name them because their personalities were different enough, but I couldn't tell them apart. Finally, after like 2 weeks, my mom noticed that the fur pattern behind their tail, like on their back, or in front of their tail, I guess, the pattern was different. Belle had spots, whereas Erica had a stripe. So I named Erica because I liked the name, and then I named Belle because Mom liked that name, and so they grew older, and their personalities were distinct but complementary. So Erica is, well, hello. Did I call your name? Did I call your name, Erica? Yeah. So Erica is a lover. She when she wants attention, she wants it real bad, and she has a real high pitched meow. And she loves to like just grab onto my arm with both paws and like scratch into me and like hold me down and like lick my arm to pieces. That's she's a lover. She's also an indoor cat. She hates going outside. Bella's kind of the opposite. Bella's more detached. When she wants me to pet her, she kind of only wants to be petted on her head. And she doesn't want attention as much as Erica, but she's like still really social. I think I talked about this somewhere, but like Belle would always talk to me, and there's in the Belle Memorial channel, I posted a video where you can see this, but Belle almost anytime I would talk to her, she would like meow at me, so I could just say her name, Belle, and then she just go, meow, like she was very talkative. She also liked to, if I went into a room and I shut the door behind me, she would like to like lay down and like stretch her paw and arm under the door and like try to get inside. And like, okay, this is kind of gross, but like when I gotta take a shit, I'm usually on there for like 20, 30 minutes, right? Because I play on my phone. Okay, I'll play on my phone. I make sure the tank is empty, all right? Just like that, Latchline Salt, you're right. But I keep the door open because I live by myself, right? So the cats know that they have a captive audience. So they come to the bathroom and they harass me. And Belle likes to hop in the tub and like demand attention from there. Whereas Erica likes to get like in front of the sink and demand attention from there. They will literally flank me, right? Even if I'm sitting at my computer, they would still flank me because I'm on the love seat. So one of them would get on the other seat, and one of them would like get on the couch up top, and I'm flanked. All right, these cats like keep me in line. Well, they did. Now they can't flank me because only half of there's only 50% cats now, so they can't flank me anymore. But it is what it is. So Belle was just I don't know. She was a presence, especially the two of them. And I stated it. I stated it here, and I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it again after this. But what's remarkable. There's a lot of things remarkable about this, but one of them is how, yeah, my house does feel more empty. I'm grateful I have Miss Erica, but it's not the same. The fire alarm battery is low. I'm not changing it. At least not before the show's over with. You have to put up with the beeps. I'm sorry. If you expected any kind of quality production, your hopes are misplaced and you need to reconsider your thoughts. I don't have the batteries. My stepdad does. I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, you'll DoorDash them. That's very sweet, but I'm not changing the batteries tonight. I'm not. You have to put up with it. You have to put up with it. This is reality. This is reality. So, anyways, it's so bad. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, I got refocus. Okay. So, I didn't let the cats out until I've had them since April 2019, and they were 2 months old then. So they're about 5 years old, and they would want to go outside, especially because my front screen door doesn't shut all the way. It shuts most of the way, and then I have to manually make sure it's shut. And so, if I didn't shut it all the way, it wouldn't be unusual for them to like power the door open and go outside. And that would always worry me because like, holy fuck, I don't let them go outside. What could happen? And then finally, I forget when it was. I think maybe like 3 years ago, I just said fuck it. Like maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know. 2-3 years ago, I said fuck it. If these pussies want to go outside, I'm gonna let them. So I let him go outside, and I kind of watched him for a bit, and nothing ever happened. And then finally, I was like, oh, like my fears are misplaced. Like these cats are fine. We live far back in the country, so they're not going to get hit by a car. And we have like 4 dogs, including 2 Great Pyrenees, that keep anything else away that could be a threat. So it's pretty safe outside. So I start letting them go out regularly, and Erica quickly decides, fuck this, I'm an indoor cat. Belle, on the other hand, is the opposite. She loves going outside. She'll go outside 2, 3 times a day for hours at a time. She will go outside, want to come back in later, come back in, eat, and then go back, and then want to go back out. She loves being outside. Um, and Belle kills things. I remember she just goes after anything she can. And that's the personality. Another big personality difference between her and Erica was Belle. Belle was more playful. I liked holding up Nerf darts. They find Nerf darts so attractive. I think because like it's blue with the red tip, and so I would hold the Nerf dart up over Belle's head just a little bit, and she would almost always raise up to just smack it out of my hand. She loved doing that. Um, Erica, not so much. Maybe I can get Erica to some, but Belle was definitely the more predatory of the two. But anyways, so finally, today's the 19th. I guess this would have been the morning of the 12th. Um, my sleep's fucked. It's fixed now, actually. It's been fixed for a couple days, but you know, I've been awake over 12 hours. It's like 7 a.m. And I think it's weird that my stepdad isn't going to work that day. But I thought, oh, maybe it's because of the holiday on Monday, so whatever. I hear weird noises. I identify them as cat noises, but they're like weird. I don't know what's going on. I stick my head out outside. I hear a cat squall, and I know Belle will beef with one of our outdoor cats, Sophie. So I hear a squall, and I'm just like, okay, they're yelling at each other, whatever. Go back in, think nothing of it. I go to bed a little bit later, wake up Friday evening. I skip kickboxing class, but I do go bowling with a friend and one of his friends. We go bowl, we go get pizza. My friend comes up to my house, spends the night. We have a good time playing games and stuff, watching stuff. It's Saturday evening. I sleep in. He leaves early. Um, I go out to Walmart at 9 p.m., come back, it's 11 p.m., and I'm like, where the fuck is Belle? Because my friend's allergic to cats, and I had to decat my house Friday night when he came to spend the night, and I couldn't find Belle. Erica was fine. I even like got out the cans of wet cat food and smacked them together, which drives them crazy. They love that shit. It's like heroin to them. The Belle would not come out. I went walking around Saturday afternoon, late Saturday afternoon, looking for Belle, calling for her, couldn't find her. She kind of disappeared, which she's kind of done before, but not for as long. But it's like, okay, whatever. So finally, I get home Saturday night. It's 11, and I decide, you know what? I'm gonna find this fucking cat. My immediate instinct is she fought with Sophie and got hurt, and so she crawled on the deck, and maybe she like died or something because it's like it's cold as it's like a bit below freezing. So I get like a spotlight, like the kind you use for hunting. I get like a little bright spotlight. I'm shining under the deck. I'm calling for her, and then finally the thought entered my head, like, surely to God, like, did she fall in the fucking pool? So we have a pool that's kind of built into the ground a little bit, and the deck surrounds it. But if you're like walking outside, like on the cement, like the driveway, then you're kind of more face level to the pool. So I'm walking on the pavement, looking like trying to find Belle, and I find her. Actually, I basically come like face to face with her. She's just in the pool. With she's on the surface, just kind of frozen solid to the surface, and I lose my shit pretty hard. Yeah. um, so Sunday morning comes. I'm inconsolable. Like all Saturday night, the rest of it, like Sunday morning, I'm all fucked up. I am so fucked up. I go to morning service at church, like for the first time in 5 years. I'm just like, whew. um, I passed out like 3 p.m. Sunday. Actually, I go to church Sunday. My best friend's there, the one who spent the night. I asked him to come help me bury her. He says, yeah. My stepdad already has the grave like dug out. He fishes her out. We wrap her in a little blanket, kind of tape it up, and then put her in the grave. If you want to look at the grave, I actually did take some pictures. I uploaded it to the Bell Memorial channel. If you want to look. Um, um, so I could go into depth about like how sad I am and stuff, and I'm not going to do exactly that. Instead, well, yeah, I guess I will actually, but so Thalmor Radio and Thalmoria as a whole, even are. I mean, it's an entertainment thing I do for fun. But what this show is, and what even the server is it's an outlet for me, like creatively. And I've talked about this before, although it's been a while. But the show for me is very useful to me because it lets me practice, like explain myself, when you speak, you're doing a form of thinking, really. So it helps me get my thoughts. Like you've all done this. You think you know something. You think you have a good argument or a good explanation for something, and someone asks you to like explain yourself or say your piece, and then you actually try to say it out loud, and then you're like, actually, I'm retarded. Like so, this show and me talking is good for me. It lets me think and stuff, and you get humble. Exactly, V. So like I do this show for a lot of reasons. It's fun, it strokes my ego, helps me to think, helps me be a better speaker, helps me work on my like improv. Like this show is really good for me in a lot of ways. But it's also going back to one of those reasons, it helps me like think and stuff. And so when I discovered Bell, three things happened. One is actually four things happened. One, I like went hysterical. Two, like my legs kind of buckled a little bit. I almost fell. Three, I dropped the light. And four, I had this overwhelming urge from deep within me to tell people. I don't know why, but I did. Um, I can't talk to my mom because my mom's in a nursing home, and it's hard to get in contact with her at 11:30 p.m. On a Friday night. So instead, like I call my best friend, the one who spent the night, and I'm like crying to him. I went get my stepdad. I tell him because he knows I was looking for her. I made the post here in Thalmoria, which many of you replied to. Thank you for your support. And then I made a Facebook post about it. And I made another one the next day. Um, as the days went on, I DM'd some people about it. I talked to some family members about it too. I made an appointment with my therapist for Wednesday and talked to him some. Which I haven't been to therapy since October, and even then, I only went a couple times. I'm there. I don't really need therapy. I'm pretty balanced, and that's why I only went a couple times in October. But um, what happened was I told people, and again, I want to say thank you to everyone who's given me support. Thank you to everyone who I made a post. You said something. If you heart reacted to something in High Musings or in Bill Memorial, a lot of you. I really can't think of anyone who like had anything like bad to say or anything like that. Like everyone was really good to me and patient with me, and thank you. But I also want to apologize because I have made my mourning and grieving a public spectacle because I made the post here and I've talked to people about it, and and in the High Musings channel, I've talked about it, and I've lamented. Even yesterday, I made a post there. Tonight I'm talking about on my show. I made a public spectacle, and it's my understanding that there's a saying which is laugh and the world laughs with you, cry and you cry alone. It's my understanding that people's emotional energy, if it doesn't relate to something that personally benefits them, their emotional energy is limited. And you guys have, by and large, let me have your emotional energy. And I don't know if making my mourning and grief a public spectacle is the best thing or anything, but I've done it. Um, it's been, yeah, I've been navigating this, and it's because I've done this because this level of grief is something I've never experienced before. I'm 26. When a family member would die, most of them was distant enough, or I had so little relationship with them, I was pretty okay. As recent as August, my grandmother passed away, and she basically raised me. And I think I've been more hurt by my cat than by my grandma, because a lot of different reasons. I mean, my grandma was in a nursing home, so I knew it was coming. When someone is in a nursing home, they have an average of 6 months left, usually. To clarify, my mom's in a nursing home, but she's not dying. She's just receiving some long-term therapies. She's okay. She isn't going to pass away. But my grandma, she was 90 years old. She's in a nursing home. I knew she didn't have long left. She lasted, I think, about 8 months, 9 months. My grandma also had dementia, so the grandma who raised me was already gone. And also, I was only seeing my grandma, once every couple weeks. So those factors, and also I had to be strong for my mother and my aunt, who took the death of my grandma passing much worse than I did. But as for Erica, I know Erica. As for Belle, you're okay. As for Belle, I was with Belle every day for 5 years. She was my baby. I cared for her very tenderly. Her death was sudden and unexpected. And I discovered her body. I didn't discover my grandma's body. I was told by mom, who was told by the nursing home, and someone there discovered her. So, all these differences. This has been a level of grief that I never really expected, and I know. And so I've been trying to navigate this new emotion and the thoughts that come with and everything. And I think it's helped me. I took a shower the other day, and I was like, if I hadn't told anyone, if I kept it to myself, I think I would feel worse. So thank you to everyone for your support, both this past week and tonight. It's been different. Someone asked if Erica misses Belle, and the answer is I don't know. I can't really tell for sure any difference in how she acts. I did try to show dead Belle to Erica after we got her out of the pool. But number one, Belle was in a box. Number two, my stepdad was with me, and Erica does not like strangers. And number three, Erica kind of looked at the box for a brief moment and then ran away. I think she was too scared about my stepdad being there to really give it a look over. So I don't think Erica is consciously aware that Belle is dead. She might be able to tell that she's not around. I think Erica has been more needy for attention. I think it stems from, without Belle here, she has less socialization. So I think she's trying to make up for it by using me. And that's another angle to this, is that this emptiness in the household without Belle. It does make me want to get another cat, but my concern there is, will this new cat can a new cat share with Erica? Will Erica feel defensive of her space with the new cat? Her and Belle grew up together. They were sisters. If they introduce another cat, I don't know. I don't know how that'll go. So we'll see. I, and I don't know. It might be too soon to get a new one. So these are all things I'm grappling with. We'll see. I think that's about it. Try fish. All right. I think that's it for. I did write a eulogy for Belle. I don't think I'm going to read it because I wrote it. I discovered Belle Saturday night. I was up all Sunday. Yeah, I wrote it Sunday morning. I wrote it when I was at my saddest. I don't think I want to read it because the emotions attached to it are really strong, and I don't want to go through that because I am recovering compared to where I was. Like, let me pull up the calendar. So I didn't discover her Friday. I discovered her Sunday night into Sunday, and I was fucked. Monday, I was pretty upset. Tuesday, I was pretty upset, but better. Wednesday, I was doing good until I bought cat food at Walmart. Then it all came back. That felt bad. Yesterday, I was doing good until I went to the flea market and I saw like a stall that was owned by this like memorial, like gravestone making company, and it had stuff there for pets. Then it reminded me of Belle being dead. Then I was upset again, and then I've been pretty good all day today. I got my most upset when I looked at the weather forecast and I saw that it's going to. It's been really cold this past week, but it's going to get into the 50s next week. And it's going to rain, so we're going to have a complete change of weather. And for some reason, that made me upset, and I don't know why. For some reason, that reminded me of Belle, the weather change, and that made me upset, but not as upset as the past 2 days. And so I'm doing better. I'm doing okay. Yakuza 8 comes out this time next week, so I want to be even more better to play that because me and my friends are going to have a party, a launch party playing it. So I'm hoping me even more better. So yeah, I'm not going to read the eulogy. It's too emotional. I'm healing. I don't need to conjure those feelings back up. It's not good for me. Last thing I'll say is I've been using humor to get through this. So when I actually have two more things to say. I'll say the first thing first, which is I've been using humor to get through this. So even when I first made the Bell Memorial channel, I said RIP February 2019 to January 11th, 2024. Didn't have enough water or frost resistance. Sunday morning, when me and my stepdad was talking about getting Bell out of the pool, I asked him if he was ready to go catfishing. In the eulogy I wrote, I said something like, if I had known you would have failed your dexterity saving throw, I wouldn't have let you outside. Like, I've tried using humor and jokes to get through this. I even did something in the pre-show. Well, that's been good. That's been effective. Okay, last thing I'll say about Bell, then I'll talk about the game. Actually, I still won't talk about the game. I still have a couple other things to talk about before the game. But, what fucks me up most about Bell dying, I'm feeling better about it now. But the thing is that I am confident. Now, I'm not certain, But I'm pretty confident, I did hear Belle struggling in the pool, and that's what the strange noises was. That's what the squalling was it was her struggling. And I chalked it up to her and Sophie arguing with each other. So that made me kind of feel responsible because it's like, if I had just spent 15 more seconds looking, maybe I could have like found her and like got her out, and then it just would have been a funny story. Instead, it's like, no, she's just fucking dead. And so I kind of feel partially responsible. And as it's been explained to me by some people, it's like, well, number one, she probably was just arguing with Sophie and she didn't fall in until later. And like two, it's like you were operating under like previous experiences with like previous information. You had no reason to suspect anything else was out of the norm. Because Bella's been going outside for hours a day, every day for years now, and she's never fallen in the pool before. So why would she now? And so that kind of made me feel better because it's like, you know, like what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I think Latchline asked, was there a pool cover? There was not a pool cover. We did have one. It was old and rotting and falling apart, so we didn't even put it on for this winter. I think now we're going to drain the pool after all this ice and snow melts. It needs to be cleaned deeply, anyways. We didn't open it last year, so it's just been kind of a neglected element of the property. I know, Erica. Erica, what do you think about Guller's War performance now? I agree. I miss Belle talking to me, but she's quite the talker too. A lot of times, the only difference is that Belle will talk to me and not expect anything. Whereas if I talk to Erica enough, she's like, okay, you gotta give me attention now. She's much more needy. Belle was more like, yeah, I'll talk to you from afar and we can be cool. Erica's like, okay, if you're going to demand this much attention from me, you gotta pay it back. Isn't that right, Erica? Oh, now you're gonna be quiet. There you go. All right. What the fuck? Why is my phone blowing up? Shut up! I'm gonna airstrike your planes if you keep up. You really want me to, don't you? She even moved her paw towards me with that meow. Okay, I'm distracted. I gotta do the fucking show. I've been going on 40 minutes already. Have I spent 40 minutes talking about Belle? Holy shit! All right. So there's a court case, Thalmoria versus Allen. It was supposed to happen January 5th. It did not happen because Chad had in-real-life family emergencies. We are currently in the process of discussing a new date for Thalmoria v. Allen. I think we're looking at February 2nd or the 3rd. If it does not happen on the 2nd or the 3rd, I will probably dismiss the case because it's dragged on too long. And I've talked to Lysander, I've talked to Chad. There's kind of an agreement that the case isn't as strong as would be hoped. A lot of people want to see Alan hung, but there's just like, but the people who want to see Alan hung seem to be unable or unwilling to contribute to the case in material ways. So it's kind of like, well, fuck, what do you want, you know? Yes, you do, Lysander. So Lysander wants a formal motion to dismiss the case or for summary judgment. If the case makes it to February, which it looks like it is, Lysander, before you write something, I need you to type in court chat. I need you to talk with Alan about the 2nd or the 3rd. Okay? Do that before you write anything. Now, beyond that, there's also Thalmoria versus OCN and Thalmoria versus George Long. Those cases are still on the docket. It's just we're trying to do Allen first. OCN, both OCN and George Long are being prosecuted for out of character stuff, and I am most likely going to personally prosecute George Long. And I think Decagon will oversee that trial as judge. Beyond those cases, The second and third both don't work. Well, fuck. Maybe okay. Some of the time in February, I guess. I hate Kim Latchland. I don't want Kim on. I'm assuming you mean Kim Pokemon. I don't. I hate Kim Pokemon. Sir Merritt, the High Court of Thalmoria is based off of the American criminal justice court system procedures, whatever. George Long is being prosecuted for conspiracy to stealing banks with API keys and conspiracy to commit defamation. Those two. I love you, Erica. All right, so what? You have to wait. You have to wait like 30 more minutes, okay? You're fine. I love you, but you have to wait. So, court stuff. So, after Alan is concluded, we will move on to either or maybe both the OCN and George Long cases. After that, the court will be undergoing actually a massive restructuring. I will be adding Listener on as a judge, and we're going to establish a formal lower court. So you have the higher court, you will have the low court. The high court will continue to prosecute high profile criminal cases. The lower court will oversee smaller cases and like little civil stuff that don't need a trial necessarily. And the high court will also function as an appellate court to the lower court. So that's kind of the plan. Is we're going to try to see even like more cases and whatnot. Long term down the road, we are trying to make the court be like a real presence in the community. Beta, the first civil case is ongoing right now. It's Thalmonia versus you. So that case is still like on the docket. It's just had nothing happen yet. What I eventually want is for the court to be like a real presence and like mainly the business community, on top of the high profile criminal cases we have about every 9 months. And then and like at some point I want to also bring back the enforcers to like enforce judgments and stuff. So lots of plans and the work with the court, but nothing like but there's steps to this, right? So we got to do Alan first. We got to do George Long and OCN. Then we do the reforms. Then we do some stuff. Hey, do you want to blast someone? You may be able to. Okay, later this year, who knows? Later this year, who knows? But me and Listening, I've talked about this quite a bit. Latchline also has been trying to help out some. We do want the court to become like a real thing in the community, and I think it's possible. It's just going to take time, but yeah. So big plans for the court long term. All right. Liz Sanger has spearheaded a Thalmoria colony in the game of nation states. What is nation states? It's a nation sim. It's not like politics and war. Politics and war, you make money, you blow up stuff, right? Nation states, you do neither of those things. Nation states, you role play. It's all role play. It's all role play. It's role play every day, maybe a couple times a day. You get little events that happen where you can change the stats of your nation a little bit. But except for that, it's all role play. Okay, I say a colony. A colony. Holy fuck! I say a colony, but in reality, it's called a region. It's called a region. You vote on resolutions every couple of days or something. my original 2013 account from nation states, just to support the endeavor. That's right. The Even Star is in nation states. So there's that. Lysander, do you want to post the region if you haven't already? I'm sorry, my voice is also kind of fucking up, and I'm sorry about that. I don't really know why. Actually, I do know why. It's because my sinuses start acting up all of a sudden. All right, so now I need to talk about the game for real. So there you go. So rest in peace, my homie Bell. Court stuff updates coming. Nation states colony. Now, finally, after 50 minutes, we can now talk about politics and war on the Politics and War show. So first one, the Academy Awards have begun. So the popularity contest has started, and I think that's cool. I think it's cool. People can vote and participate in democracy. Actually, I don't think it's cool. I've never been. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think people tend to vote pretty honestly for what they think. You usually have some brigading, but no, people usually are pretty honest about what they do. So, I've been nominated for Zexia's voice. I'm likely going to win it because no one else does a show in this game. Some people have nominated Thalmoria as best server. Some people have said their favorite event was a drunk Thalmor show. Some of which I believe are recorded. Someone said that my Boutique Alliance thread was the best wall of text. So here's what I do because I'm a narcissist, right? Oh, listen, that's right. You do a show every other week too. That is right. I'm sorry. I don't know how. I don't know. No one besides us does a show. That's the thing. No one else, because you're. I think I was mentally counting you under the umbrella of Thalmoria, and so it's like I do a show, but you like. I didn't mean it that way. No one else besides me and Lysander does a show. So, so thank you for nominating me. What I do is for every thread, I check each page and I would search for my name. That's all I do. So there you go. So go nominate stuff. If you're a democracy enjoyer, now's the time to go and participate in democracy and awards. So the coalition fighting against the Gullar Menace and their wicked friends have turned their sights onto the fighting pacifists. Greybird, we're not voting yet. It's just nominations. But we're attacking the fighting pacifists, and I'll be so honest right now. I have no idea why the syndicate is. They made a thread. I have not read it. I'm not going to read it. I don't care. Go make nominations. I woke up from a nap to do the show. My brain's not functioning. Okay, you can't expect too much from me. Okay, I'm just Ken. All right, you can't. All right, so the Knights Templar. I don't know if this has been revealed. I'm pretty sure it has. I'm pretty sure this isn't like. I don't think it's been said publicly, but I don't think it's secret. But like, we hit the Fighting Pacifists because they were planning to roll us when Singularity was too. That's our personal beef here in KT. That's our beef with them. Um, so that's why we're doing it, was because they wanted to, it's the same reason why we're hitting Guller. Guller wanted to hit us, we fucked them. The Fighting Pacifist was also going to hit us or contribute heavily to Guller hitting us. So that's why we hit the Fighting Pacifists. And there you go. We didn't make a thread. We didn't care enough to. But yeah, there you go. I'm not revealing OPSEC because Schwinn, I think, made a doc where he challenges that idea, and he's just wrong. He's likely just lying, honestly. State of the war. Okay, so I wrote this in High Musings today. I will verbalize it here live on air. So I have determined that the war is pretty much over, and it is a decisive sail KTCTO victory. And it's a victory across you know what, Great Bird? You're so right. You're so right. People wanted to hear me talk about my dead cat more than they did the game. They were like, "Oh, this poor man." Then I'm like, "Oh, by the way, Pollux the War," and they were like, "Bing!" They were like, "I'm out." All right, so I'm sorry, Lysander. So the war's over, and I say this for two reasons. One is that the coalition is sitting on Guller like pretty hard. Like they can't build. They get anyone comes out of beige gets sniped. Like it's kind of fucking over for Guller cells, right? But the thing beyond that is they're nuke turreting, right? And it's like, oh, we're getting the net, oh, we're closing the net gap, we're closing the net gap, we're closing the net gap. But that doesn't really matter. Because our coalition still has members who are like making money. Like I have a bunch of cities that are still fully intact, and I'm not the only one. So we're still making money. Meanwhile, Golar is running like war builds with low infra. So their war effort is coming out of their bank. So they're losing money. We're making money. They can't launch a coordinated military action because they're set on. Like, guys, if you can't hurt your enemy and you're losing money, you're losing the war. It's simple as. So they're closing the net gap. I anticipate they'll drag out the war for maybe a couple of weeks. I think it makes sense to do so. The net gap will close because we have infra and they don't. I mean, they shave their infra before going into the war, or before we declared on them. I should say, which is fine. But there you go. But like the net conversation doesn't really matter, is what I'm trying to say. Because that's going to be the main talking point from their side is net damage, net damage, net damage. But it doesn't matter because we're still profitable and they're not. And they can't launch a coordinated military action. They don't seem interested in doing so, anyways. Though they haven't tried. They gave up the conventional war pretty much immediately, which is whatever. So yeah, I've also had a war declared on me since I started the show. I have one guy; he's going to nuke me. I went ahead and blockaded him, and I'm going to go for a flash beige because there's nothing else you can do in that situation. the war is basically over in terms of like competitiveness. Like there's really not much they can do. So, all right. Secret announcement. Okay, secret announcement. Secret announcement. All right. I am proud to announce that I will be helping host. Does that make sense? I will be helping host the Politics and War Academy Awards next month on the 6th, alongside, I believe, Lenny Vass and Juana. So there you go. It's going to be in the official Politics and War Discord. There you go. So I sold out. Alex approached me and was like, Thalmor, hail Satan. You should, I can give you riches. I can give you fame. And I said, yes, master. I will help host your show. And now I'm going to hell. But at least we'll have a good time on the 6th at the Academy Awards before then. So there you go. Why not in Ron? Because it's an official game event. That's why. Zig says you're getting VIP for or credits. No, motherfucker. I'm doing it for free. I paid Alex $80 for a year of VIP, okay? I give Alex my money. Graybird, I have been asked to not cuss. It's a PG-13 show. I have to not cuss. So, which sucks because I cuss like a sailor. The only time I'm good at holding my tongue is at church. Other than that, man, I kind of let it fly. I was interviewed for like the game anniversary show. I was interviewed, I think, by Vass or something, and I kept cussing, and they were like, Thalmor, you need to stop cussing. And I was like, I'm trying, I promise. Be drunk, Thalmor? Oh no, that's terrible. Protest and doing it wrong. I can't protest it because I've tried in my contrarian nature. I've tried to pivot to being pro Alex, and so if I protest it, I'd be talking on both sides of my mouth. I have to do it. I have to be consistent at least once in my life. What do you think, Erica? I agree. All right. So, anyways, be consistently inconsistent. Never let the ops know what you're doing. True. All right. So, final call, politics and war. Any final things to talk about before I move on to the real life segment? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Erica, has anything else happened in the game I need to talk about? Even she's quiet, so I guess not. All right, so real life stuff. I don't fucking know anything. Yeah, I don't know what's happened. Vivek Ramaswamy dropped out of the race. Yeah, I can think of anything else. Meredith, I feel dizzy right now. I don't know why. I'm also fucked up. I'm tired. I got like a brain fog going on. I need to go back to sleep. I woke up from a 4-hour nap to do the show. My alarm woke me up. I need to eat a pizza then go back to sleep. That's what it is. Oh yeah, it's cold. We got 5 inches of snow here in Kentucky, and then it mostly thawed, and then we got another 5 inches. It's fucking snowing. It do be snowing in this hoe. Yeah, there's no real life stuff I want to talk about. There's nothing. I haven't been following politics. I don't know anything going on. All I know is Vivek Ramaswamy dropped out of the race. That's all I know. That's it. It's over. I know nothing else. All right. So before I close up the show, I kind of have this kind of segues back with Bell, but I wanted to save it for the end because it's probably the most cringe, right? I thought Vivek Ramaswamy was a fictional character. um, so in my grief, I fall back on faith, and I decided I would research a curious topic, which is: are our pets in heaven? What do you think, Erica? Is Belle in heaven? Erica's quiet. She does not seem to think so. She's either unsure or does not know, which is a fair answer. So I spent the whole week, well, not the whole week, but much of the week, listening to different ministers and priests discuss the question: do all dogs go to heaven? And I am walking away fairly convinced the answer is yes. An actual Catholic priest. They all have answered in the affirmative, yes. And I'll be so honest right now, I do not remember the arguments. I don't remember any of the arguments. Um, so this is my argument. Okay, this is my argument. This is a very theologically shallow argument, but I'm gonna make it. So in the creation story, God made the beasts of the earth, and then he looked upon his work and said, "It is good." So animals are good. God thinks animals are good. We're off to a good start. Adam sins. Death enters the world. Now, death is the anomaly. Death did not exist in the Garden of Eden. Okay, death is the mutation. Christ came 2,000 years ago, died for our sins so we may have eternal life through him, resurrected 3 days later. Okay, and so thus Christ conquered death spiritually for us, but also physically for himself. And now he's ascended up to heaven, and now we're waiting for the second coming. And with the second coming, we know two things happen. One is the resurrection of all mankind that have died for the final judgment. And two, and this is the big one, and two, death itself will be cast into the lake of fire. So death is the anomaly. Death itself will be destroyed. And we know this is resurrection that is coming. If animals are good, I think it would make sense that when God has his final victory over sin, that animals are also included in that resurrection. There you go. Simple as. Not the best argument. If you actually want to seriously discuss this, you need to actually discuss, one, if animals have a soul, which I believe they do, and two, do they have an eternal soul, which I'm also inclined to believe they do, but the eternal soul argument is a harder one to make. I think you can ease more. I think you can fairly. I think you can pretty well make make the point, make the assertion that they have a soul. The internal soul one less so, but I believe they do. But the first argument I made a minute ago, I think that's a pretty good one. That's my go-to. Okay, keep it simple, keep it real. And I think that's it. I got the Meta Quest 2, and what I like about it is that it has no wires, and it's a fully independent system, but it has a battery life of like 2 hours, and it doesn't charge that quick either. So that's frustrating. Hi, Erica. Are you a pretty girl? Are you just laying there like a pretty girl? All right. So there you go. I have hope that I will see Belle again in heaven. All right, and that's hope. That's unironically has helped me gotten through this. It's probably a cope, but like I don't believe in copium. Okay, I want to know the truth, and I've seen some good arguments for on that side. So we'll see. I think that's everything. I think that's everything. I am so tired. I'm hungry. I need to eat. I need to go to bed. All right. Graybird, we can discuss this more later. I'm done. My brain's checked out now. I don't feel, and my sinus is acting up, so it's hard to talk. And my throat's just full of mucus. It's unpleasant. You can probably hear it in my voice compared to the beginning of the show. I think we're done. Final call, Pokes and War. Final call, real life. Any final topics that I need to give a take on, or are we done for tonight? I think we're done for tonight. But if anyone else has anything, let me go through real quick. Now's the time. V. If this has truly been your first Thalmor radio, I need to know, what did you think about it? Live on air, I'm putting you on the spot in front of the crowd for all to see. I need your thoughts on your first Thally radio. Good. There you go. I'm gonna make you a blue man now. Against your will, I'm making your name blue. You're now a Thalmorite. Congratulations, or my condolences, however you want to interpret that. I'll play the theme, and then we're done.